All right, welcome to day 4 of the Parenting Breakthrough Quickstart course. So let's look back a little bit. You've already done some incredible work identifying your family's emotional landscape, starting to clear out some emotional blocks, learning about positive behavior change. Today we're tackling one of the most stressful challenges for any parent, handling tantrums and meltdowns. So if you're here, you're likely to have been, through a lot of these intense moments where everything feels chaotic. Your child's overwhelmed, you're overwhelmed. It seems like nothing's gonna ever make it stop. And I've been there too. I know how exhausting and isolating it can feel, but the good news is it doesn't have to stay that way. So today I'm gonna give you some strategies to move from chaos to calm during these moments and show you how to prevent many of them in the future. Sound good? All right, let's dive in. So first, let's clear up a common misconception. Tantrums and meltdowns might look similar, but they're not the same. And understanding the difference is crucial here. A tantrum is typically goal-oriented. So it happens when a kid wants something, a toy, a treat, your attention, and doesn't get it. And tantrums are just part of normal childhood development. And while they can be really challenging, they're often about testing boundaries or expressing frustration. A meltdown, on the other hand, is completely different. So it's not about wanting something, it's about sensory and emotional overwhelm. So think of a meltdown like a system overload. Your brain is struggling to process what's happening, and you reach your breaking point. So why does this matter? Because the way you respond to them should actually be different. Tantrums might call for firm boundaries, while meltdowns require some empathy, support, calming techniques to help your kid regulate. So what are some techniques that actually work? When your kid's in the middle of a meltdown, your first priority is to create a sense of safety and calm. And here are a few things that actually work for that. One is lower your voice. So speak in a calm, quiet tone. And this signals to your child that they're safe and they can actually feel it in their nervous system that they're safe. The other thing you can do is offer deep pressure or a comfort item. And some kids find deep pressure like a light hug really grounding. So others might need a favorite stuffed animal or a blanket. Use simple, reassuring language, like phrases like, "You're safe, I'm here, we'll get through this, it's okay." And create a calm space. If possible, guide your kid to a designated calm area, a spot where there's some soft pillows, some dim lighting, some sensory tools. But regulate yourself if you need to first. Just remember your calmness is contagious. So take a deep breath, ground yourself, and then approach the situation with empathy. So while handling meltdowns in the moment is important, prevention is even better, right? So one of the most effective ways to reduce the likelihood of a meltdown is by creating predictable routines. So kids, especially those who are neurodivergent, thrive on consistency. And when they know what to expect, it reduces anxiety, gives them a sense of control. So a few tips for using routines to prevent meltdowns. First would be visual schedules, pictures or charts to outline your kid's day. This helps them prepare for transitions, which are often a trigger for meltdowns. Sensory breaks. Build regular sensory breaks into your child's routine to help them stay regulated. And prep for changes, right? If you know a routine is going to change, talk to your kid in advance. For example, tomorrow we're going to visit grandma's house. We'll leave after breakfast and be back by dinner. Preparation doesn't eliminate meltdowns entirely, but it can make a huge difference. So an action step here today, create a meltdown plan using the template that's in the workbook, and we'll walk through that. Before, identify common triggers and ways to prevent them. This might include creating routines, offering sensory breaks, or prepping your kid for transitions. During, write down specific calming techniques you'll use when a meltdown happens. For example, lowering your voice, offering deep pressure, or using reassuring language. And then after, plan for recovery. Once your kid is calmed down, focus on reconnecting and debriefing. And this might include a cuddle or a snack or a quiet activity. Having a plan in place takes the guesswork out of these challenging moments and helps you feel more confident and prepared. So tantrums and meltdowns might be overwhelming, but every time you respond with empathy and calmness, you're teaching your kid valuable skills for managing their emotions. You're not just surviving these moments, you're building trust, connection, resilience. And tomorrow we'll explore another powerful topic, which is strengthening your emotional connection with your kid. But for today, let's take a moment to celebrate the progress you made you're not just handling meltdowns, you're transforming the way you parent one step at a time. Now let's dig into the workbook. Okay, so here in day 4 of the workbook, we're going to start with the detailed meltdown prevention strategy, potential triggers checklist. The most common things are hunger, fatigue, sensory overload, transitions, emotional overwhelm, sensory seeking. If you want to add any other detail there, thirst under other, then go for that. So this is a little trigger log here. What was the trigger? What prevention tool did you use? And, what is your plan for making them less horrible when they happen? That's what mitigation is all about. So next, you're going to do the expanded meltdown response protocol. So before the meltdown, what were the early warning signs? During the meltdown, what immediate calming techniques can you use? And after the meltdown, what can you do to reconnect? And this could be something simple, like just sitting quietly together for a few minutes, watching a TV show, etc., etc. All right. And now for you to go ahead and identify some of your kids' sensory needs and sensitivities. Let's think visually. Let's think in terms of hearing. Let's think in terms of touch, right? Vestibular, that's related to movement. Proprioceptive is related to spatial awareness. So if things are really close to us and that overwhelms us, then that's proprioceptive. Okay, so for each sensory area, let's think of a calming strategy for what triggers them there. All right, and that's it for day 4. And I hope this is helping. And you're almost there, home stretch. Keep going. You got this. Take care.